Presiding officer Senator Cheese Escudero sets the conviction threshold to 16 during the first day of Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial. The prosecution and defense framed their narratives for the public on day 1 of Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial. Senator Rodante Marcoleta surrenders to the Sandiganbayan over his plunder case. Fuel prices will increase again starting Tuesday, July 7. And Alex Eala's Wimbledon run comes to an end as she loses to Italy's Jasmine Paolini. Senator Cheese Escudero sets the conviction threshold in Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial to 16. This comes after 12 senators vote in favor to elect Escudero as impeachment presiding officer on the first day of the trial. Escudero replaces Senate President Win Gatchalian, who would have presided under the Senate's previous impeachment rules. In a speech following his election, the senator notes the 2000 Supreme Court ruling Bayan versus Zamora supports the interpretation that all of the Senate's 24 members must be taken into account.
Despite having only 23 incumbent senators at that time, the court held the charter provides that the Senate shall be composed of 24 senators. And should the Supreme Court, who possesses the sole authority to interpret the Constitution by virtue of its power of judicial review, render a different ruling on this question other than what the chair has stated, this court and this representation shall faithfully abide by that ruling.
Out of 24 senators, 2 are in jail for plunder, namely Senators Rodante Marcoleta and Jinggoy Estrada, while Senator Bato de la Rosa remains in hiding amid an active ICC warrant. Escudero also orders the return of Duterte's box of tax records to the BIR. The House Prosecution Panel previously asked the impeachment court to open the sealed box containing the tax records of Duterte and her husband, Mans Carpio. Duterte's lawyers said they are in favor of opening the box but only in an executive session. Meantime, Duterte skips the opening of her own impeachment trial.
In accordance with the impeachment rules, karapatan naman po niya yun that her appearance be made through counsel. So, sa ngayon po, masabi natin na hindi na siya mag-attend today. No? She's here through counsel.
The prosecution and defense framed their narratives for the public on day 1 of Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial. Lead House Prosecutor Jinky Luistro frames the proceedings as an issue that matters to the ordinary Filipino.
Maaring sabihin na malayo sa buhay nila ang paglilitis na ito. Ngunit hindi. Hindi po. Sapagkat ang usapin ngayon ay patungkol sa isang bagay na pag-aari nilang lahat. Ang kanilang pera, ang kanilang tiwala, ang kanilang karapatan na maningil ng pananagutan mula sa mga pinuno na kanilang pinagkatiwalaan.
Luistro sums up the 4 articles of impeachment: the alleged irregularities in confidential fund spending, unexplained wealth, alleged bribery and corruption of public officials, and threats against the life of the president and his family.
Sa kasaysayan ng ating republika, walang vice presidente na may kaibigan na hitman. Ngayon lang. Walang vice presidente na nagpapapatay ng pangulo. Ngayon lang. Walang vice presidente na handang magpapatay para lamang makaupo sa pwesto. Ngayon lang.
She says the 4 articles of impeachment are 4 chapters of the same story: power exercised without accountability. Meantime, Duterte's lead defense counsel Sheila Sison leans on the Filipino people's collective memory in an indirect allusion to the Marcos family.
Because the Filipino people have shown that they never forget. We, as a nation, never forget.
Sison harps on several themes: the Vice President's electoral mandate.
Whatever one's political persuasion is, the reality is that the prosecution now comes before this court to remove a Vice President chosen by an overwhelming number of the electorate.
The abuse of power.
That while impeachment is a powerful democratic process to call out corruption and grave abuse, impeachment can be abused.
And reminding the court that the burden of proof is on the prosecution.
And the underlying principle for this burden of proof is simple. Under our Constitution, every accused is presumed innocent until proven otherwise.
Senator Rodante Marcoleta has surrendered and is now in the custody of the Sandiganbayan for his plunder case.
It was an act of good faith, and it's in effect a surrender to the jurisdiction of the court.
Marcoleta personally appears before the Anti-Graft Court's 3rd Division on Monday, July 6, where Associate Justice Carl Miranda says the court found probable cause against him and his 3 co-accused. The 3rd Division has issued an arrest warrant and the whole departure order against Marcoleta and 3 co-accused in the plunder case. This over his 75 million peso campaign contributions. The order was issued shortly before the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte. In 2025, Marcoleta declared a net worth of 51 million pesos but spent 112 million pesos for his senatorial campaign. Marcoleta said he had no poll contributions, but he later confirmed in an interview that he received 75 million pesos in campaign donations. Pump prices are going up again starting Tuesday, July 7 as oil firms implement another round of fuel price increases following renewed pressure on diesel and kerosene prices. Energy Secretary Sharon Garin announces the following permitted price range adjustments for the week of July 7 to 13. Gasoline will decrease by up to 1 peso and 75 centavos per liter or increase up to 25 centavos per liter. Diesel will have an increase of 1 peso and 57 centavos per liter to 3 pesos and 57 centavos per liter, and kerosene prices will increase by 1 peso and 70 centavos to 3 pesos and 70 centavos per liter. This latest movement follows last week's fuel price increase. Alex Eala's dream Wimbledon run comes to an end. Eala crashes out of the championships after losing her round of 16 duel with 2024 finalist Jasmine Paolini of Italy at the center court of the All England Club Monday, July 6. Thus, Paolini avenges her loss to Eala in the Dubai Tennis Championships in February. Despite the loss, the 21-year-old Eala makes history for the country as the first Filipino to reach the second week of a Grand Slam. Eala beat Mexico's Renata Zarazua in the first round, eliminated Australia's Maya Joint in the second, then dethroned Poland's Iga Świątek in the third. She advanced to the 4th round of a major for the first time in her career. She said Saturday after defeating Świątek, "For someone who grew up in the Philippines, I went to train with my brother and my grandfather every day after school with my ruffled socks and my light-up shoes and chubby cheeks. To her, this is everything." And that's today's wrap. I'm JC Gotinga. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. For more updates, download the wRap.